Have you ever wondered why vitamin D is so important and why it's harder to get in the winter? Vitamin D, often referred to as the sunshine vitamin, plays a pivotal role in our overall health. It's vital for strong bones as it helps our bodies use calcium from our diet. Moreover, it plays a significant role in our immune system functioning, and recent research suggests it might have a role in preventing a plethora of health issues, from depression to heart disease. But here's the catch. Getting enough vitamin D can be quite a challenge, especially during the winter months. You see, despite its name, vitamin D is not a regular vitamin. It's a prohormone, which our bodies produce as a response to sun exposure. In fact, a casual exposure of sunlight on our skin for a short period during the middle of the day is the primary source of vitamin D for most people. Now imagine the winter season when the days are shorter and the sunlight is less intense. In many parts of the world, the sun's rays are not strong enough to allow our bodies to make vitamin D. Even in sunnier locales, people tend to spend less time outdoors due to the cold. Even when we do brave the chilly weather, most of our skin is covered up. These factors combined make it a real challenge to get enough vitamin D from sunlight during the winter months. But don't let this make you feel gloomy. Yes, it's a challenge, but it's not an insurmountable one. There are ways to ensure your body gets the vitamin D it needs, even in the depths of winter. And we're going to explore those in the upcoming scenes. So in the winter, when the sunlight is scarce, how does your body get this crucial vitamin? Well, stay tuned to find out. It's fascinating how our bodies create vitamin D, often referred to as the sunshine vitamin. We don't get this nutrient primarily from food, but through our body's interaction with sunlight. When exposed to UVB rays, our skin absorbs them, triggering chemical reactions. First, UVB rays transform the skin compound 7-dehydrocholesterol into pre-vitamin D3. Then, sun warmth converts it into vitamin D3, also as cholecalciferol. This then travels in the bloodstream to the liver, transforms into calcidiol, the storage form of vitamin D. If our body needs vitamin D, calcidiol is sent to kidneys, converted into active vitamin D, a hormone with vital roles like calcium absorption for bone health. This process showcases our body's adaptability, turning sunlight into an essential nutrient. But what if we don't get enough sunlight due to geographical location or lifestyle? Are we destined for vitamin D deficiency? It's a complex process, isn't it? But what happens when there's not enough sun? Knowing the daily requirements of vitamin D for different age groups can help us ensure we're getting enough. Let's delve into this topic. Each of us needs a certain amount of vitamin D daily, but that amount can vary depending on our age group. For infants up to 12 months, the recommended daily allowance is 10 micrograms. As children grow older, their requirements increase slightly. From ages 1 to 70, the recommended dosage is 15 micrograms daily. Now, if you're over 70, you might be thinking you're off the hook, but not quite. The recommended daily allowance actually increases to 20 micrograms for those over 70. This is because, as we age, our skin becomes less efficient at synthesizing vitamin D from sunlight, and thus we might need a little extra help. Pregnant and breastfeeding women also require 15 micrograms daily, the same as their non-pregnant counterparts in the same age bracket. This ensures that both the mother and the baby receive adequate vitamin D. However, meeting these requirements can become a bit of a challenge during the winter months, especially for those living in regions with shorter daylight hours and less sunlight. The reason being, our primary source of vitamin D is sunlight, and in its absence, it becomes harder to meet our daily needs. We need to remember that vitamin D is essential for our body. It helps in the absorption of calcium and phosphate from our diet, nutrients that are vital for healthy bones, teeth, and muscles. For those wondering about exceeding these daily recommendations, it's important to note that too much vitamin D can lead to vitamin D toxicity, which can cause nausea, vomiting, poor appetite, constipation, weakness, and weight loss. More seriously, it can also raise blood levels of calcium, causing mental confusion and heart rhythm abnormalities. So, moderation is key. So how can we meet these requirements when sunlight is not readily available? We'll explore this question in the next scene, focusing on dietary sources and supplements that can help bridge the vitamin D gap during those chilly winter months. You'll be surprised to know that certain foods can help you meet your vitamin D needs. Let's start with fish. Not all fish are created equal in the vitamin D department, but fatty fish like salmon, mackerel, and sardines are particularly rich in this nutrient. In fact, a serving of cooked salmon can provide close to your entire daily requirement of vitamin D. Even canned tuna, a pantry staple, packs a decent vitamin D punch. Moving on to dairy products. While milk naturally contains small amounts of vitamin D, in many countries, it's fortified with additional amounts of this vitamin. This means that a glass of milk can help you get closer to meeting your daily vitamin D needs. And let's not forget about yogurt and cheese, especially the types made from whole milk, as they too are often fortified with vitamin D. Next up, egg yolks. Yes, the humble egg is another good source of vitamin D. While the whites are all protein, the yolk houses all the vitamins and minerals, including vitamin D. So whether you like your eggs scrambled, fried, or boiled, be sure to include the yolk. And lastly, let's talk about mushrooms. This might come as a surprise, but certain types of mushrooms can provide vitamin D when exposed to sunlight. Much like humans, mushrooms have the capacity to produce vitamin D when they're under the sun. So look for mushrooms that have been sun-dried or treated with ultraviolet light to get your vitamin D fix. Incorporating these vitamin D-rich foods into your diet can certainly help boost your levels, especially during those darker winter months. Remember, a diverse diet is key to getting all the nutrients your body needs. Eating the right foods can certainly help, but is there something else we can do? Supplementation can be a game changer when it comes to maintaining your vitamin D levels in winter. Now that we've understood the role of sunlight and diet in getting our daily dose of vitamin D, let's talk about the third component of this trifecta: supplements. When the sun plays hide and seek during the colder months and your diet isn't quite cutting it, supplements can step in to fill the gap. Vitamin D supplements come in two forms: D2 and D3. D3 is the type that our bodies naturally produce in response to sunlight, and it's often the preferred choice for supplementation. But remember, just like with any supplement, it's not a one-size-fits-all solution. While supplements can certainly help in maintaining optimal vitamin D levels, it's crucial to understand that they're not a replacement for a balanced diet or natural sunlight. Consider them as a helping hand, a backup plan, if you will, when the first two options are not fully available. And here's an important note. Before you rush off to the nearest pharmacy or click Add to Cart on that online health store, it's vital to consult with a healthcare provider. Why, you ask? Well, because vitamin D is a fat-soluble vitamin, your body stores what it doesn't use right away. Over time, taking too much can lead to an excess in your system, which can have adverse effects. Your healthcare provider can guide you on the right dosage based on your individual needs. Moreover, certain medications can interact with vitamin D supplements. Another reason why you should always consult with a healthcare professional before starting any supplement regimen. In the end, it's all about finding the right balance between diet, sunlight, and supplementation to keep your vitamin D levels in check, especially during the winter months. So keep these three elements in mind and you'll be well on your way to staying vitamin D sufficient come rain, snow, or sunshine.